24 years old, Vinicius Jr is already a star at the biggest club in the world. He has scored the winning goal in the Champions League final. He appears every week on the highlights reel of European football, and there's a huge anticipation that he'll grace and kiss that most exquisite trophy, a Ballon d'Or, very soon, and will become the best Brazilian player in the world. For such a young man, this is mightily impressive. And by the way, that massive success came with a lot of heat and a lot of uncomfortable moments, especially when he became the target of Valencia fans in the bubble of racism. And for a player like him, it hurts, but it also harnesses his abilities to become the beast that he has become. That relentless attitude was amazing, honestly. And surely, and possibly after lifting that dream trophy, he won't hesitate to show it to those disgraceful Valencia dudes that the best revenge is to show them your actions, not words. Alright, this is getting emotional now. But actually, he always had a dream to become the most impeccable football player. Born on July 12, 2000, in São Gonçalo, Brazil, he came from a poor family. So Vinny had to get used to that hard life from the beginning. But despite all of this, he found the one sport he knew could keep him going: football. Vinny was soon grateful to his uncle Ulysses for making him realize that he should take the game seriously, as if he was one of his idols such as Robinho did at his early age. When I was at home, I would play FIFA with my friends on the street. I would not go home to play, eat, or sleep. He was addicted to the game. Vinny began to work hard pretty soon, and it started to pay off, but not in the way he expected. Vinny was signed initially as a futsal player when he joined Flamengo in 2016, and he didn't give up when he was told to play left back, even though he was capable of playing up front. He did it without fuss, and as the years passed, he went from futsal talent to a proper player. Vinny got the big jump in his career in 2017, and he was everywhere that season. After making his debut for Flamengo, he was making a name for himself with his skill moves and his talent. In a 2017 South American Under-17 Championship, the 2017 year, he balled hard with 7 goals. Vinny finished as the competition's top scorer and best player, and when he was done, he entered a bidding war that would change his life. He had 2 of the biggest clubs in the world fighting to top him, Barcelona and Real Madrid. He was all set to move to Barcelona, having said in the past that he admired them, but when Los Blancos came knocking, they made a bid that he couldn't turn down. $46 million later, and he was the next Brazilian talent to play for the club like his idol, Robinho. Vinny didn't move to the club immediately after signing his new deal with Madrid. In 2018, he packed his bags and still had time to take it all in and develop his skills. He headed for the city of Madrid. They were going through a phase at his new club. Vinny had to have been part of the plan to come in and work his way up gradually. But you see, Madrid had just gone through another era in the club's history, and it was time to rebuild. So that summer, Madrid's greatest player ever, Cristiano Ronaldo, left the club, and head coach Zidane also left, meaning the club needed reinforcements in attack. Vinny was pushed straight in, and instead of spending heavily in the market. For a 19-year-old, he did okay in his first season in La Liga: 36 games, 7 goals, and 13 assists. He also had some personal highlights. He had an assist in the 4-1 that saw the team win the Club World Cup final against Al Ain. That season, he scored in the Madrid derby, and if it wasn't for a torn ligament, he could have played even more. The season was full of promise like that, and Vinny was supposed to kick on in the 2019 and 2020 season. With the club signing Eden Hazard and becoming the record signing that summer, they played in the same position, so Vinny had to step up, or he'd be left behind. Next came a roller coaster of emotions, and it went wrong now in the 2019 to 2020 season. He failed to kick on. Personally, I watched Vinicius that season play, and it was strange. In every game he seemed to play to prove a point. Vinny's performance went down, and so did the heat, as Zidane was back too. The truth is, Vinny was only able to start as many games that season because his direct replacement, Hazard, was always injured. That season he played 38 games and scored 5 goals and 4 assists. This was a fall-off for a Real Madrid winger, especially after a good debut campaign. Vinny made his national team debut that year and scored his first El Clasico goal too. It moved him to tears. That was as good as it got, however. 2020-2021 season was even worse if you thought it was that bad before. They began to hate on him. 6 goals, 7 assists, 49 games played, and a lot of missed chances too. By the time they were adding up, well, his teammates were frustrated. He had the skills, but he needed the end product up. The hate came out in the Borussia Mönchengladbach game. He told Mindy to not play Vinny because he was playing against them, Benzema said. That was an all-time low, man. It had been enough to mentally break any youngster in the game. And at this point it had been. However, Vinny is a different breed. That was the kid he'd been grinding his way to the top way back, and all he needed to do was work hard to get better at his game. The next season, he would shock the world. Then he hit another gear. His levels went way up, and numbers went up too. The results stunners like this were no surprise, as in the offseason Vinny had taken extra time to work on finishing an end product, and he still had the dribbling ability and flair from years back. In 52 games that season, he hit 22 goals and 20 assists. 42 goal contributions for Madrid alone. Amazing. Vinny's biggest moment in that campaign, though, came to the grandest stage of all, the Champions League final. Vinny scored the goal that won it, the 14th Champions title for Madrid, 1 year on from the Benzema incident, and here in Paris against Liverpool. Incredible. That year, Vinny even got nominated for the Ballon d'Or, and it's fair to say that this was the turning point, because since that campaign, he has only been getting better and better. It was just the same in 2022 to 2023. During that campaign, he reached the 20-digit mark in both goals and assists, helped Madrid win the UEFA Super Cup, Club World Cup, and Copa del Rey. He was entering that God mode, and adding that to scoring in the World Cup for Brazil, he's a joy to watch now, looking at Vinny again. The thing is, he's got better in every part of his game, not just goal scoring and assists. Vinny completed more dribbles in the 2022 to 2023 season than anyone else in Europe's top 5 leagues. That same campaign, he was the most fouled player in the same category with 92 fouls against him, and he made more take-ons than anyone else with 112. He was in a class of his own. In the last campaign, Vinny somehow raised his bar even higher. The assists numbers may have gone down, but looking at the numbers of games he played, it was more than a direct match. In 35 matches, he scored 24 and added 11 assists. He had more to his game now. Vinny was a big player, the definition of a big player. Vinny stole the show in the Copa del Rey with Ronaldo watching. Not even Ronaldo managed a hat-trick for Madrid in El Clasico. Champions League, 6 goals and 5 assists in the competition. Allow me to rephrase that. He was clutch twice against Manchester City in the quarter-final first leg, a brace against Bayern Munich in the semi-finals, and in the finals itself he was clutch. The goal that saw the 15th Champions League title. Too many back-to-back Champions League final goals. Vinny is on top of the world now. Now the face of fighting racism to signing for Rock Nation and chilling with superstars like Jay-Z. Everybody wants a piece of the new Samba Prince, and it's not stopping anytime soon because of the way he's playing. Vinny won the Champions League Player of the Season award, made the Team of the Season in both the Champions League and La Liga, and is the first to win the Ballon d'Or in October on a personal level. Right now, Vinny is the best in the world. These days, he's aiming for Brazil in the Copa America, and if he can replicate the same form and energy that he had at Madrid in the tournament, there's no stopping him. There will always be an excuse to underestimate him, a very unfair double standard set by those who love him little and praise footballers of a much lower category. Luckily, these circumstances don't worry Vinicius. He is calm, and in the knowledge that, while he triumphs in Europe, his critics and detractors witness his growth from the comfort of the sofa at home. He needs to do no more. He has the recognition of those he desires and remains focused on continuing to break down barriers. For the moment, he has already kicked down the door and has joined the ranks of the world's best. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Make sure to hit that notification bell so you're notified every time we post a new video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in another one soon.